other thing that we can do as far as measuring the angles, again, to repeat, to sum it up, in this direction from 0 degrees, when we measure angles, these angles are positive, and when we go down this direction clockwise, our angles are negative. But we have another unit that we use to measure angles on the unit circle, and those units are called radians, okay? And not to be confused with the word radius, which a unit circle has a radius of 1 unit, the distance from the center to the outside of the circle. The radius is 1. This is not the same thing. This is different. The units of measure for circles are either degrees, which you're used to, or the one I'm going to introduce here, which is called radians. Okay? So another way to measure degrees and angles is in radians. So again, we start right here at 0 degrees, and if we go in the positive direction, this right here is going to be pi over 6 radians. Okay? Now any units that you see on the unit circle that has pi in it, you automatically know that's going to be in what units?
Radians.
Radians, very good. So anytime you see pi in the numerator of a unit on a circle, you know that's talking about the units radians. Now, notice that the denominators are going to get smaller as the angle gets bigger. In other words, right here would be pi over 4 radians. Then this one would be pi over 6 radians. And this would be pi over 2 radians. So 90 degrees is equivalent to pi over 2 radians, and they can be used interchanged. They can be interchanged. So you can talk about angles in either degrees or radians. How one thing that you need to know is halfway around the circle at 180 degrees, very important that you realize how many radians do you think that is, Marco?
1.
One what?
1 radian.
1 pi radian. Okay? So notice our denominators are getting smaller as the angle gets bigger. Pi over 6, pi over 4. I missed that one up. No one said anything. Pi over 3, 60 degrees. We may have to fix this. 60 degrees, pi over 3 radians. So notice your denominators are getting smaller as the angles get bigger. 60 degrees is pi over 3, and 90 degrees is pi over 2. Well, if pi over 2 is 90 degrees, then 1 pi is 180 degrees, right here. So realize, please, that right here, 1 pi is 180 degrees. So halfway around your circle is pi radians. So with that said, Marco, how far do you think it'll be if I go all the way around? It's 360 degrees all the way around, or what do you think that would be in radians?
0.
No. It's 1 pi halfway around, so it's
2.
2.
2 pi radians.
Very good.
0 is also correct, though.
Okay, 0 degrees, yeah, you're back to 0 degrees, but the distance around the circle is not 0, okay? So the distance around a circle is either 360 degrees or 2 pi radians. Very good. So if we make it all the way around, we're talking about halfway around is 1 pi, all the way around is 2 pi. So 360 degrees, it will be equivalent to 2 pi radians. Okay? Very good. Now, here's the first question for you, Marco, that I would like you to answer. If you see where pi over 4 is equivalent to how many degrees?
45 degrees.
And our angles are positive going in this direction. Tell me, where on this circle do you think negative pi over 4 radians would be located?
I think it is on 225.
Okay, now look at pi over 4 radians is equivalent to 45 degrees. So if I go negative pi over 4 radians, where am I going to end up at?
350 degrees.
Right here? Very good. That's better. Yes. So pi over 4 radians is right here. So negative pi over 4 radians would be
315 degrees.
all right, 300, equivalent to 315 degrees, or negative 45 degrees, right? Negative 45 degrees is going to be located at the same point as 315 degrees, which is equivalent to negative pi over 4 radians. Good on that?
Yes.
All right. Very good. So there's just a little bit on the unit circle. We will be coming back to it, and we will be using it quite a bit as a reference tool.